All right, beautiful. Happy Friday. My name's Holly. My pronouns are she, her. This is a 40-minute yoga and meditation class. We'll do 20 minutes of yoga and 20 minutes of meditation all on the floor. All you need is a yoga mat or carpeted area. No prior yoga or meditation experience necessary. This is just intended as a nice way to kind of transition from the work week into the weekend and just sort of relax on a Friday. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. You can sit crisscross applesauce or in Sukhasana easy pose with one foot in front of the other. Maybe you rock back and forth, side to side, sitting up tall. You can place your hands on your knees and roll your shoulders forward a few times, backward a few times, and then just drop your shoulders, lift your chest, relax your jaw, and take a slow inhale through your nose. And an even slower exhale. The exhale can be through the nose or the mouth. We'll take a moment just to breathe here. Inhale. And slowly exhale. If it feels good, you can close your eyes. Inhale through the nose. And take an even slower exhale. Bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale, feel your body rise. Slow exhale, body fall. Starting to let go of all the outside noise, breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Give yourself permission for the next 40 minutes just to be here in your body and in your breath, not thinking about, a to-do list or something that happened earlier today, just being fully present for yourself. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Your eyes are closed, you can open your eyes, and one more time, roll the shoulders forward, backwards. Maybe lift the shoulders up to the ears, and then drop your shoulders down towards the floor, sitting up nice and tall. Take an inhale through your nose, stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Exhale, tilt your right ear towards right shoulder, stretching the left side neck. And it's worth noting that I'm not mirroring you, so it might look like I'm moving my head to the left when in fact I'm moving my head to the right. You are welcome to follow my words or my body movements. Just know that we will do the right side of postures first, unless I forget, which sometimes happens. Slowly roll your head down, chin to chest, let your head hang heavy. And then roll your left ear towards left shoulder, stretching the right side neck. And you might notice that this side feels a little different, right? We're not symmetrical. You might already realize that, one shoulder is tighter than the other, or you might just be realizing here, like, yeah, a little bit of shoulder tightness today. That's okay too. Slowly roll your head down, chin to chest, let your head hang heavy. Notice if you start to lean forward, hunch forward, or round forward, sit up tall, shoulders back and down, drop your head, look down the center line of your body. Good. Slowly bring your chin up, look straight ahead, and then lift your nose and chin looking up or even back. So just the head moving, right? The rest of the spine stays nice and long. Use your eyes, look for the ceiling or even the wall behind you. Good. Slowly bring your head back to center, look straight ahead, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over right shoulder. So the spine moves in 6 different directions, right, left, backward, forward, twisting to each side. And we will do all of those multiple times, even in a 20-minute yoga class. Good. Slowly come back to center, looking forward. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, look over left shoulder. Imagine you could lean your whole body against a wall behind you, drop the shoulders, lift the chest, look back. Good. Slowly, carefully come back to center. Take your right leg out to the right, left leg in, heel towards your groin. Right hand outside of right thigh, reach your left arm long overhead for a left side body stretch. Think about lengthening the left arm and then drop your left shoulder down. Notice if you're starting to collapse down towards the floor, roll the left rib cage back so your chest opens forward. Option to stay here or bend your right arm and place your forearm on your thigh, coming down a little bit lower. Good. Option to stay here or bend your left elbow and pat yourself on the back for practicing yoga today, working a little bit deeper into the shoulder. Good. If your left elbow is bent, straighten your left arm. If your right elbow is bent, straighten your right arm, come back to center and drop your left hand down. Left leg out, right leg in, taking left hand outside of left thigh and reach your right arm long overhead. Notice if you start to tilt way to the left, try to press the right knee and right sit bone down. Roll the right rib cage back, looking forward. Option to stay here or bend left arm, bringing left forearm to left thigh, coming down a little deeper. Option to stay here or bend right elbow, pat yourself on the back for something else you're proud of this week, right? This class can be a little bit of a moment of affirmation. You made it to yoga, you made it through the week, good for you. If right elbow is bent, straighten right arm. If left elbow is bent, put left hand on floor, push up to center, and slowly bring your right hand down. Keep your left leg kicked out. Now kick your right leg out, stick your butt out a little bit. You can point your toes, flex your toes, draw circles clockwise, counterclockwise, maybe windshield wiper your feet, just getting some range of motion in the ankles. And then gently flex your toes back towards your face. Take an inhale breath, stretch your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, stick your butt out a little bit, fold with a flat back. Roll your shoulders back and down, lift your chin and chest. We're lengthening out of the hips, so the lower spine is getting a little bit longer here as you stretch the inner thighs. Good, walk your hands back in. You can place your hands outside of your thighs, slide your feet together. And once again, you can point your toes, flex your toes, windshield wiper, draw circles clockwise, counterclockwise. Working out the ankles, good. And this time gently point your toes, just a little bit of activation in the feet. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Now, depending on mobility and body proportions, you might have your hands outside of your hips, your knees, your calves. For folks with longer torsos like I do, it's a little bit easier to bring the hands towards the feet, right? But if you have tight hamstrings or long legs, right, your hands might be closer to your hips, and that's okay too. Our postures do not need to look the same. Good, slowly press yourself up, come back to center. And once again, we're gonna bend the knees, coming back into a Sukhasana easy pose. Take your right arm up, palm faces forward. Rotate your right shoulder, palm faces back. Bend your right elbow, pat yourself on the back. It's a theme in class. From here, take left palm to right elbow and press down slightly. Option to stay here or take your right arm out to the, left arm out to the left. Even I get confused with left and right. Left arm out to the left, rotate shoulder, palm faces behind you, and then reach behind you, try to scratch your own back. I will show you what it looks like from behind. Eventually, you're gonna slide your fingertips together or maybe even hands clasp. Good. Return your left hand down to the floor. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Rotate shoulder, palm faces forward, and float your right arm down. Good, other side, take your left arm up. Rotate shoulder, palm faces back, pat yourself on the back. Take right palm to left elbow, pull down, feel your fingers slide down your spine. Option to stay here or now take right arm out to the right, rotate shoulder, palm faces behind you, reach behind you like you're scratching your own back and eventually clasp hands together. And actually one of the real world applications of this posture is that it does become easier to scratch any part of your back without a back scratcher, which is nice. Good. Take your right hand down to right thigh, reach your left arm up to the sky, rotate shoulder, palm faces forward and left hand down. Next is our most coordinated part of class. Take a moment, identify your lefts and your rights. I will try not to mix them up. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, take left hand to right knee, left hand to right knee, right hand close behind you like a second spine for a twist. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, pull abdomen in, look over right shoulder twist. Notice if you start to lean to the right, lean a little to the left, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back. Good, slowly, carefully unwind, coming back to center. Good, we'll do the other side. Inhale, sweep your arms up, big side stretch. Exhale, take a right hand to left knee, left hand close behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, pull abdomen in, look over left shoulder. Look for the wall behind you where your eyes go, body will know to follow. Sometimes when we're limited in our range of motion, it helps just to like look back, and looking where you want to go tells your body where you want it to go one day. Good, slowly, carefully unwind, come back to center. We're gonna come onto all fours for a little tabletop action. And a trick here, if you have tight knees, you're welcome to roll up your mat a little bit so there's extra padding underneath your knees. Okay, finding yourself in a tabletop position with your hands about shoulder width distance, wrists under your shoulders, and then knees about hip width distance, knees under your hips. Press your knuckles into the floor, spread your fingers wide, keep your shoulders out of your ears. We're just going to move our spine clockwise here, making circles with the hips and the spine, and then counterclockwise. Good. Come back to a neutral spine position for some cat-cow action. Inhale through your nose. And on the exhale through your nose, pull your abdomen in, drop your head down, round your spine like an angry cat. Really push the floor away from you, activating through the knuckles. On your next inhale, cow pose, you're going to stick your butt up, move your abdomen down, roll your chest forward, squeeze shoulder blades together, looking up. Exhale through your nose into your cat pose, meow, pull the abdomen in, draw the navel towards the spine, slide shoulder blade scapula together, slide shoulder blade scapula apart, keep the shoulders out of the ears. And when you're ready, inhale into your cow pose, drop your abdomen down, shine your heart space forward, squeeze shoulder blade scapula together, lift your tailbone up as you look up to the ceiling. Last round, exhale into your cat pose, extension to the spine, compression to the abdominal wall. As you're ready, inhale into your cow pose, extension to the abdominal wall, compression to the spine. Good, excuse me, exhale into a neutral spine position. My allergies are bad this week. Keep your back nice and long. We're going to do a little bit of spine twist, shoulder opening here. Keep your left hand firmly planted into the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. Exhale, place your right hand back down on the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. Exhale, right hand down. Good. Inhale, right arm up. This time, exhale, thread the needle. Take your right arm underneath your left arm, right shoulder to floor, right ear on the floor. Try to keep your hips over your knees. Option to keep your left hand on the floor for stability, or reach your left arm up and then drape it behind you, reaching for your right thigh with your left hand for a half bind. Good. If thread the needle is not speaking to you today, you're welcome to come into a seated position. You'll bring your right arm out to the right, swipe across your body, bend your left arm up and pull back. And now you get that same deltoid stretch without putting weight on the shoulder. If you were in thread the needle and your left hand is straight behind you in a bind, start by reaching your left arm up towards the sky and then placing your left hand back on the floor under your shoulder close to your face. Push left hand into the floor and then everybody together unthread the needle. Inhale, reach your right arm up, look up. Exhale, set your right hand back down on the floor. Good. Back into our tabletop position. Let's do the other side. Inhale, reach your left arm up, look up. Good. Exhale, placing left hand back down on floor. Inhale through your nose, connect to the breath. Reach your left arm up, look up. Nice little chest opener. Slowly exhale, left hand down. Moving meditation. Good. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, take left arm underneath right arm, left shoulder to floor, left ear to floor. Option to keep your right hand close on the floor for balance, or reach up towards the ceiling and then drape your right hand behind you, catch your left thigh for your right hand. Take a breath here. Inhale through the nose. Slowly exhale through the nose. Breathe in. Empty out. Good. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Take your right hand on the floor, close to your face, under the shoulder. Push right knuckles down. Everybody together, unthread the needle. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Good. Bring your big toes together. Open your knees a little bit wider, about mat width distance. We're going to start to sink our hips down and reach your arms forward for a child's pose. Eventually, forehead comes to the floor. Think about lengthening through your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Sink your hips back. Stretch your arms forward. As you inhale, feel your ribs expand. As you exhale, feel your ribs contract. Look forward, walk your hands in underneath you, slowly press yourself up to a seated position. If you'd like a counter stretch, take your arms behind you, you can even interlace fingers, push your hands down, look up for a nice little back bend. Good. Bring your back into a neutral position, undo the grip if your hands were behind you. If you have your mat rolled up, you can unroll your mat and we're going to lie on our abdomen for a little bit of spine work here. Good. So we're going to start in what's called Sphinx pose. For these versions of spine strengtheners, you're going to have your feet about hip width distance, feet on the floor. Bend your arms so that your elbows are under your shoulders or a little bit forward of your shoulders. Hands about shoulder width distance. Press your forearms into the floor, shoulders out of the ears. Take a breath here. Starting to stretch the fascia on the chest, gentle healing compression of the spine. Good. Slowly lower down. Take your elbows out to the side, hands in, forehead to floor, reset. Neck is long. Good. Look forward. This time, place your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Keep your feet about hip width distance for this version of Cobra pose. Press your feet down. Squeeze your butt, hands down. Look up and lift. Keeping the feet on the floor, shoulders out of the ears. Hug your elbows in towards your hips. Option to stay here or move into seal pose. Keep your feet on the floor, push your hands into the floor and straighten your arms, getting a little bit of a deeper back bend, shoulders out of the ears, looking up. Good, and slowly lower back down, forehead to floor, elbows out, hands in, reset. Good, look forward, arms forward in kind of a Superman pose here with your palms facing in. Thumbs towards the ceiling, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up and lift your feet and hands off the floor, eventually legs and arms off the floor. Now really strengthening through the back, keep the neck long, shoulders soft, point your toes. Good, slowly lower down, elbows out, hands in, forehead to floor, reset. Good, look forward this time, arms out to the side, spread your fingers wide, keep your feet hip width distance, point your toes, look up and lift. Good, lift your arms up high, palms face the floor. Point your toes. Can you get your thighs and one more rib off the floor as you look up? Good, slowly lower down, elbows out, hands in, forehead to floor, reset. Good, look forward, this time arms behind you, palms facing in, thumbs towards the floor. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, lift your feet and hands off the floor, one day thighs and chest off the floor. Imagine you could almost bring your hands together, not quite, but squeeze through the shoulder blade scapula, keep the shoulders out of the ears. Good, and slowly lower down. This time, palms face the ceiling, arms long, look to your right, left ear on your mat. If you practice 26 and 2 yoga, right, it's probably familiar. Inhale. Exhale. Good, lift your head, look the other way, other ear on your mat, and breathe. Great. Look forward, place your hands on the floor beneath your shoulders, press yourself up. You can take a little stretch here in a child's pose if it feels good. And then turn, lie on your back. We'll be on the back for the last little bit of class. Bend your knees so that your feet are about hip width distance. Ankles underneath your knees, so heels under your knees. Arms straight, palms face the floor. Can wiggle your arms underneath you so your hands are under your butt, palms face down. Press your shoulders, palms and heels down. Keep your head on the floor. Tuck your chin in slightly. Squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up for a bridge pose. So press down through the heels, shoulders, and palms. Keep the chin in towards the chest so the head and the neck are long on the floor. Rather than opening your ribs out, try to squeeze your ribs together. Good, and slowly lower down. Keep your left foot on the floor, lift your right foot off the floor, cross your right ankle over your left thigh for supine figure 4. Option to keep your left foot on the floor or lift it off the floor, hug your thighs in towards your abdomen. If you'd like, you can grab the outsides of your legs or take your right hand in between legs, interlace fingers behind left thigh and pull down. Take a breath. Slowly release any grip you have from the backs of your legs. Return your left foot to the floor, right foot to the floor, other side supine figure 4. Lift your left foot off the floor, cross left ankle over right thigh. Lift your right foot off the floor, can interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and pull down. 2 shoulders, 2 hips on the floor, head to the floor, look slightly down the center line of your body so that your neck lengthens. Good. Release any grip you have from the backs of your legs. Return your right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Lift both feet off the floor. Flex your toes back for a happy baby. Open your knees and feet. You can grab the backs of your knees or hamstrings. You can also grab your feet from the outside. So elbows inside, hands outside. From here, we're going to rock right and left. Kind of fun, kind of silly. Also really great for rolling out the back. Maybe as you roll to the right, you straighten the right leg, stretching the inner thigh, come back to center. As you roll to the left, you straighten the left leg, come back to center. Good, and then just hold here, flex your toes back, draw your knees down towards the floor. Release any grip you have from your feet or your knees. Place your hands outside of your knees, bring your knees, feet together, relax your feet, place your hands on your shins and draw your knees in towards your abdomen. And once again, you can rock right and left, back and forth. Stop in the middle, take your arms out to the side, palms face up, and then roll to the right so that your left hip stacks on top of your right hip. Keep your left shoulder on the floor. This is a little spine twist and abdominal wall twist at the end of class. Good for back health, good for digestion. Good, roll your hips back to center, and this time roll to the left so that your right hip stacks on top of left hip. Try to keep right shoulder on the floor. Good, breathe. Good, roll your right hip back down to the floor. From here, hug your knees in towards your abdomen. You can lift your head off the floor and give yourself a big hug, maybe grabbing elbows or shins. Take an inhale, contract every muscle in your body, bring your forehead towards your knees, squeeze tight. As you're ready, open your mouth. Exhale, release any grip on your arms and legs. Bring your whole body down to the floor, Savasana. Let your head, hands, and feet be heavy. Take an inhale through your nose, body rise. Even slower exhale, it can be through the mouth or the nose. Feel your body fall. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. And take an even slower exhale. Breathe in. And empty out. You're welcome to stay in Savasana, lying on your back for the meditation portion of class. You're also welcome to slowly make your way into a seated position. As we settle into our meditation time, I'll explain a little bit about what meditation is and is not. Sometimes folks think of meditation as a complete absence of thought. I prefer to think of it as compassionate mind control. So it's very common, especially these days, for us to lose some focus in what we're doing. And sometimes when we realize that our mind has wandered, we can be kind of hard on ourselves. Meditation offers us an opportunity to observe when our mind has wandered, but rather than being hard with ourselves, we just compassionately return to the breath, return to the meditation in the present moment. So there's no judgment assigned. There's no such thing as a good meditator or a bad meditator. There are simply people who meditate and people who do not. And for the sake of today, you are meditating, right? So good for you. I invite you now into a little bit more stillness, breath, and silence. Of course, from time to time, if you need to adjust how you're sitting or lying, you're welcome to. But in general, we want to be still and just breathe in the body. Now going to light a candle as a symbolic gesture that we are entering into a more intentional space. Being intentional with our breath, intentional with our body movements, intentional with our thoughts. During the meditation, you are welcome to close your eyes. Closing your eyes is distracting. You can do a soft, fuzzy gaze just beyond the tip of your nose. Notice where you might be holding on to tension in your body. Give yourself permission to relax a little deeper. You might have observed maybe in yoga or now that your mind keeps coming back to, something that happened earlier today or something you're anticipating this weekend, or just a general feeling that's been following you around today. Could be joy, sorrow, anxiety. Just observe whatever it is that's coming up for you and just compassionately let that go. Give yourself permission just to feel a little bit free of our to-do lists and our worries and our cares. Give yourself permission to be here now. We'll take a minute of silence just to breathe and be still. Take a moment to reflect on anything that came up during that minute. It might have been relief just to be quiet, or anxiety at being quiet, boredom, deep peace. Maybe that one thing that's been on your mind just keeps coming back. Try not to assign judgment, like good that I felt relief or bad that I felt anxious. Just observe without judgment, without expectation, just being a compassionate observer of your own experience. We'll take another minute. There is a certain thought or feeling that keeps coming up. Observe where you feel it in your body. Is it your chest or your throat, your abdomen, maybe your wrists or your pinky toes? So we become a little bit more aware of patterns of thought and feelings. We can also start to name not just what we're feeling or thinking, but where we're feeling it, where we're experiencing that in the body. And throughout your meditation, or at any point during your day where you're experiencing something strongly, again, a thought or a feeling, can be helpful not just to identify what it is, but where you feel it. We are We're so much more than our minds, and often, a memory will elicit a certain clenching in one part of the body or relaxation in one part of the body. It can be helpful to be aware of where we're feeling things. There are many different types of meditation, and every week I want to offer something a little different. And today's is a visualization that hopefully brings you a little bit of comfort, peace, and joy. It's just about a favorite place, or a place that makes you feel good and happy. So start to bring to mind your favorite place. This could be a real location that you've been to, or it could be, a beach that you've seen on TV that looked really nice. Or you can imagine a field that maybe only exists in your mind's eye but feels peaceful to you. Sometimes when I'm offered a meditation like this, I start to try and think about, I can only pick one. Which one should I choose? And there's no one right or wrong favorite place. Remember that you can do this meditation every day if you want, and it doesn't have to be the same place. So whatever comes to mind first or feels good in this moment, picturing a favorite place or a place that brings you comfort and peace and joy. Again, it can be made up, can be somewhere you've been, or just somewhere you dream of going. Imagine yourself walking into this space, whether it's a bungalow on a beach, cabin in the woods, or a beautiful, inviting forest. Observe first what you see, whether it's sand or trees or open sky or a fluffy carpet, an inviting armchair. Just observing what it is that you see in this favorite place of yours. Take some time to walk around this space, maybe looking up or down, side to side. Just starting to observe maybe more of the details of the space, whether from memory or something you'd like to create as you go along. Next, start to tune into what you can hear in this space, whether it's birds chirping or waves lapping at the beach or friendly laughter. And after those initial first sounds, think to what other small sounds you might hear. Crickets or wind, maybe some music playing in the distance. Observe not just what you're seeing and hearing, but what you're feeling. Maybe sand underfoot, warm sun on your skin, a gentle breeze, or just soft earth, hardwood, warm blankets, just observing what it is that you're feeling. Start to notice what you're smelling, whether it's salt air or moss, maybe musk, vanilla, or lavender. And then think to what tastes you associate with this place, maybe a favorite meal, or just a smell that's so potent that you can taste it on your tongue as well. So as you walk around this place, just feeling in your body the sights, the sounds, the sensations, the smells, the tastes. Just enjoying this space in your mind's eye. There might be people or animals that you'd like to add to this experience, or it might be an absolutely relief to be all by yourself. Both are wonderful. Imagine that you find a comfortable place to sit or lie in this favorite, beloved place of yours, soaking it all in. And just notice where you feel this place in your body and how it's making you feel, and where you're feeling it. And I'll just give us a minute to be in our favorite place, relaxing and breathing. Using our imagination to enter into a favorite place is a wonderful opportunity to practice compassionate mind control, focus, and imagination, creativity. Especially in times of stress, one of the first things that our brain kind of lets go of is imagination and creativity. And taking even a few minutes every day to imagine or create the beautiful world, whether it's a place you've been or something of your making, isn't just calming to the central nervous system. It's also really good for brain elasticity. And again, a favorite place meditation or visualization is something that you have at your disposal whenever you'd like, just going back to a place and sitting there for a while. You are welcome to stay in this favorite place of yours for as long as you would like. You can even nap in your favorite place. Otherwise, I will count us down from 3, at which point you can imagine that you are walking out of that space and back into whatever place it is that you are now in your current abode. Inhale through your nose. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. And whenever you're ready, just returning back into your body, back into your breath, feeling the ground beneath you, the sky above you, and the air around you. I'm now going to blow out this candle as a symbolic gesture that our meditation time has ended. And I am letting the very real smoke clear the air as a reminder that when we take time to breathe and relax and imagine, we change our actual perception of the space around us as well. Thank you for joining. Have a wonderful rest of your day.